many people already wondering about what is NFTs and crypto arts. So the hype now in 2021 is increasing and increasing well. So just like DeFi the other time, many people got excited and then looking out to know how to hook in and then make some money. So now the trend is hovering around NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Basically, we will be looking on what are NFTs and crypto arts and understanding these things very well.
So first off, you say what is art? I believe art is simply creative expression. So creative expression in terms of drawing, spoken word, animation, music, poem, and all the likes. Then digital art is art that is easily transferable, as you have arts on Instagram, Facebook, and all the social media you have available, and also for the website you can see. That's digital art. And when it comes to NFT art simply means non-fungible token. They simply mean tokenized art that has been connected to a token on the blockchain and it's currently residing on the blockchain. That's virtually what digital NFT art is.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. So maybe you can help us with a precise definition of NFT and then fungibility.
All right. NFT is a cryptographic token which represents something that is unique and interchangeable. So you have something that is special to one person or special to one character that cannot be replaced by another thing. That's what you can define as an NFT. And also on the blockchain, this is cryptography. It's connected to a cryptographic token. Usually, the way it is on most of these platforms, you get an artwork, you go to a marketplace or a platform that enables you to mint, you initiate a smart contract. The artwork is tied to the smart contract and put on the blockchain. Then someone who wants that artwork would pay a certain amount of money in any of the currencies that are supported by that marketplace, and they'll get the ownership and transfer of that asset to them. So NFT enables ease of ownership. So for an NFT asset, you can go to the metadata, go to the information to find out the history of that asset, to find out how much it was sold for, who it was sold to, who created it, and all of that. You can find that with NFTs compared to digital art where you have to go to a museum or go to a collector to find out all this information. And compared to traditional space, you might not get the required information you want accurately compared to when it is on the blockchain.
To understand what a non-fungible token is, I like to kind of give a description of what fungibility is. That's really something we should understand. So fungibility would be like if I had $1 and you had $1 and we exchanged dollars, we would both have $1. That value is interchangeable. But something that's non-fungible would be if I had a baseball card that was super rare and worth a lot of money, and then you had a baseball card that you had bought from like the dollar store, from like a fresh package, and it was, you know, maybe worth $1, and you said, hey, let's trade. We wouldn't make that trade, right? Because although they're two baseball cards, they're different in value. It's the same with if you had the Mona Lisa painting, for example. That's a unique one of one, the original, right? If someone were to just make copies of it and print them, that's not the original Mona Lisa. You couldn't trade the original for the print. So that would be non-fungibility.
Thank you very much, Claudia. You know, that a Twitter account has one characteristic because of the person that is managing it. So can we also say that this is a non-fungible token?
What you can say is that it's non-fungible, but it's not necessarily a token because it's not on the blockchain yet. For something to be a token, it has to be on the blockchain. Okay. It's not fungible because it's only available to one person and it's rare to one person. But when you put it as a token, it means you can transfer. You can't necessarily transfer the information of a Twitter account to another person legally without having some issues with the Twitter company itself. So it's not necessarily a token. You can't easily transfer it. You can find the ownership, you can get information about your account, get ownership and all of that. But you can't transfer it because it's not on the blockchain. It's not tokenized yet. Until something is tokenized before you can call it an NFT. Another example is this. You have a vehicle. We all know that you can't easily just take up a vehicle and go to an exchange and put it up for sale and someone buys it from your hand in a minute. They have to go through some information about that vehicle. You can compare that to a non-fungible token. All those information increases the value and the worth of that item. And then because that item is non-fungible, you can't easily just get a marketplace to sell it. You need a lot of intermediaries to go through for them to verify such information about that vehicle before that vehicle is sold.